Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our AI Accelerator podcast. I'm your host, Tushar Singh, and today we are diving deep into one of the most exciting frontiers of AI, creating specialized industry AI agents. Joining us is Ashwin Goyal, who is currently building generative AI products for the travel tech industry. He is also passionate about teaching, podcast, and exploring data science, as well as product management and venture capital. With his unique blend of hands-on technical experience and big picture strategy, I think we are in for a fascinating conversation. Ashwin, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Tushar. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you to the team for sort of setting this up. And I look forward to the conversation.
Okay, now to set the stage, let's take a step back. AI has evolved rapidly over the years, from like rule-based systems to machine learning and now into generative and agentic AI. From your perspective, how has this evolution shaped what we can do today?
Right. Now, see, conceptually, if we look at theoretically, AI was there since 1960s, 70s. The first research papers on AI, very impressive papers, were already published then. But we never had the compute power until very recently to sort of really leverage the benefit of AI. We never had that compute power. Now with NVIDIA GPUs and everything becoming extremely strong, uh, only after 2020 were we able to sort of achieve the breakthroughs, and we were able to really realize the power of AI. So if you look at the evolution, it started with these research papers and a little bit of like a basic flavor of AI here and there, and then machine learning started coming into the picture around 2010, and then 2015 onwards, I would say, deep learning started really coming into the picture. Andrew Ng sort of was one of the front runners in teaching the world deep learning and machine learning. Right, his classic machine learning course on Coursera is a standard example. So right from there, 2015 was when deep learning started. 2022 onwards, really, with ChatGPT 1.0 or yeah, ChatGPT, right? That's when this generative AI wave started, and agentic AI started only recently, like probably last 6 months, right? So 2025 is now called the year of agents, the year of AI agents, and it clearly is. I've seen use cases across industries, and maybe we'll touch upon that a bit more today. But it's been a phenomenal ride so far. So machine learning, deep learning, generative AI agents, and you would now ask what is next. Next, we have artificial generative intelligence, which also brings in other aspects, stronger reasoning, emotional quotient, and so on and so forth, right? Almost like a human. So that was earlier predicted to be achieved in 2040, but given the kind of advancements we've made, the rapidness of advancements we've made in the last few years after ChatGPT, that benchmark or that prediction is already changed from 2040 to 2030. So now
Mhm.
McKinsey predicts that in 2030 we'll already have AGI. So that was probably, that the entire process has streamlined so much that all the predictions have now failed, and everything is coming faster than expected. That's a broad theme in this space that I see.
Got it. And out of this, the whole timeline, what movements or shifts in AI do you think were the most transformative for the industry adoption?
Right. So, see, even I think 2015 Harvard Business Review called data science the sexiest job of the century, right?
Hmm.
And that is still true. So now data science has evolved to AI engineering, I would say, right? At least what I see in early career options up till 5, 7 years of work experience, I see that data scientists are now more and more increasingly they're becoming AI engineers, or they're solving AI problems. So if you see, broadly, I think if you, I mean, the use cases, the themes that have shaped up um, in the last few years, the most significant outcome, I think, is still ChatGPT. At least
Hmm.
in the last 20 years, I've not seen um, this kind of the kind of speed of execution. that ChatGPT, I mean, when I say ChatGPT, I mean generative AI essentially. Generative AI has enabled. So that has been the key transformation, I think. Machine learning and deep learning did this to some extent, but not at this pace, right? So generative AI enabled everything else. And I was reading this the other day. I think this is expected to be a 50-60 billion dollar industry, only the agentic AI bit. Right? That's only agentic AI. And that's by 2030. This is the estimate today. Maybe this we already achieve next year. Who knows, right? So I mean, that's why I say that the generative AI transformation with ChatGPT in 22 has really been the game changer.
Oh my God. Generative AI has been making waves across industries, like from travel to e-commerce to healthcare, and we are seeing practical application emerge every day for it. So, could you share some like real world use cases that excites you the most?
Oh, there are plenty. I mean, with generative AI, I think there's so many. So, so let's look at one particular use case, and I can go deeper into what I've been building last few years, and this is particularly in the travel space. But let me
Mm-hmm.
take up a slightly tangential, slightly different example here. Let's talk about, let's say, let's talk about lending as an industry, right? Financial
Okay.
services and lending. So lending, a big problem is collections, right? When specifically in B2C, for example, um, now I've seen both the sides of the chain, B2C and B2C, B2B in lending, but broadly, collections is a big problem. So you
Mm-hmm.
have agents who are collecting money from users who are either about to default on a loan or have already
Mm-hmm.
defaulted. So now collections is a big problem. Companies like think Skid.ai are building similar products, and they and many others now with conversational AI agents built by 11 Labs AI. This has really been streamlined. So what used to happen was in every, for example, I was working at Udan previously. We had a lot of people on the ground going to each and every house and collecting money from
Okay.
people who have defaulted or are about to default, right? So collections
Mm-hmm.
of, yeah, collections is a huge industry in India now and even across the globe. Now, what we can do through generative AI is automate this process, right? Essentially,
Mm-hmm.
have conversational AI agents or simply, chatbots, voice bots or something, right? So all of that reduces, let's say, for every 10 people
Mm-hmm.
who we have lent to, we need one agent, sort of collecting agent, right? Collection agent. Now the collection agent can now be replaced because the task is fairly menial, right? Task is very
Mm-hmm.
manual, and it's the same pitch you need to do, it's the same information you need to provide, right? There's nothing more you usually do. So all of that is now
Yes.
handled by agents in many companies in the lending space. So that's a huge transformation. Now all these people can now, who will collection agents, they can now do something that requires more brain power, more creative, and more productive. They've become more productive. Otherwise they had to travel to that person's house and then or call that person up, right? All of that is now getting transformed. So that's a
Exactly.
that's an example of what we already see in the financial services landscape, among many others in every industry.
Yeah, I mean, this is a solid example giving the tangible ROI for the business because there is also a myth around like, the AI is not getting converted to the business in terms of the ROI. So I think this definitely gives us the right set of use case where this is helpful. And definitely, when I see you are stating this way, it is more, I think the customer is also getting more satisfied. They're able to get their, real time kind of response and in more of a humanized touch to it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You can, I mean, it's as simple as someone records his voice and then the agent gets trained in his or her voice, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it can be as personalized, let's say, as that. So yeah, I mean, 2000 ways of sort of making this better.
Yeah, perfect. Now, let's shift gears to our main theme that is agentic AI. It's a term that is gaining a lot of traction, but not everyone fully understands it. So, how would you explain agentic AI in simple terms?
Three words, right? Only three words that you need to understand. One is autonomous, and second is react. So, I mean, two
Mm-hmm.
words, okay, react essentially means reasoning plus action. So, three words. So, autonomous. reasoning and action, right? So reasoning and action we usually club together to say react.
Mm-hmm.
That's an acronym for that. But these are autonomous systems, let's say, right? Systems is a very broad term, but autonomous systems which can reason and then act just like humans do, right? The entire AI concept is coming from the human brain. Everything in machine learning, deep learning, AI, generative, agentic, most of it is derived from the human brain only. So AI
Okay.
agents essentially are autonomous um, systems that help you to that first reason, and then based on their reasoning they can act. Now we can have multi-agent systems or we can have single agent systems. Most of the industries, about 60% of the industries, have already implemented some kind of AI agents. Most of these today are single agents. But let's suppose you have multiple agents talking to each other, coordinating with each other. That's where really advanced use cases get solved. But today, I mean, agentic AI, that's the definition: autonomous reasoning acting agents. That's there. That's broadly how you would define agentic AI.
Got it. Like, I mean, how is agentic AI different from just having a smart chatbot or assistant? Because you said, there could be multiple agents and they would be communicating together. So that's leading to, complex use cases.
Right. No, absolutely. That's a very frequently asked question again. See, generative AI is about generating text, right? And
Mm-hmm.
text, audio, images, whatever, generating content. But agentic AI is about taking action from that content, right? So a
Mm-hmm.
simple chatbot, like you mentioned, a simple chatbot, you can always just chat. The chatbot will give a response. You'll put in your query, you'll get a response, and that will be it, right? But now, what if you tell the chatbot to do something, or you sort of ask the chatbot to change something on your website, or so to set up a meeting in your calendar? The
Okay.
chatbot will never be able to do it. It will tell you steps how to do it, obviously, but it will not be able to take any action. And it will also not be able to reason to that extent. Now, what
Mm-hmm.
agents do is uh, they essentially understand your query and they start reasoning. They reason and they start thinking. This is closest to sort of taking logical steps. What's the next step? And yeah, reasoning, and then based on the reasoning process, taking the next best action, the logical step,
Okay.
the logical next step. Now you tell the calendar, you tell, let's say, to set up a meeting in your calendar, you tell the agent or the chatbot to do this. With
Mm-hmm.
agentic AI, it can access the tools that you have, like calendar and email and so on, right? And it can do this for you. Now the best example that I always give is, you want to set up, you have a date tonight and you want to sort of set up a meeting, and a booking needs to be done at a restaurant, and a meeting in your calendar such that it is blocked for this event,
Mm-hmm.
right? For this important event. So what you'll do is, you'll go ahead in the chatbot and you'll just type in, I have a date tonight at this time at this
Mm-hmm.
place. Block my calendar, set up, like send the invite to the person whoever's on the other side, and then also make a reservation in this hotel, and whatever else is needed. Also get flowers, place an order for flowers, order something on Blinkit, and so on and so 200 things, right? All that you can write in the chatbot, and the chatbot will take it from there. So Comet is a very good example. Perplexity's agentic browser.
Mm-hmm.
There's this latest agentic browser. It can already take all these actions for you. So that's the difference between a chatbot and agentic AI.
Okay, I think it's making life easier for many people with this example. And
Absolutely,
it's a very complex area to understand as well, right?
absolutely.